Hey you guys, I'm back again. Okay, I'll show you what I've done. Done stitching along there, and see if you can see it's not perfect. And I just did it just to hold it down, and I sewed it over there. I continued this along here. I've left that open, sewed all that along here. You can sort of see. And I've brought that cream just sort of back under because I want to sew in between here to hold that down as well. But what I'm going to do now, looking pretty good so far, is excuse me, get in here and sort of place where I want some of these to go, and I'm going to give it a slight, just a little bit of a dot of this. Now first, before I do anything, I think I need to do a bit of a dot of blue here, just a tiny slither, because I want to hold this down underneath. There we go. I'm going to have it so it lines up with this one, so it looks like it's part of it. And I could probably put a little bit here as well. This is Fabri-Tac, only a tiny amount, just enough to hold it down, because we don't want to interfere with the stitching. Now that can go up, and I am going to just do a tiny bit along the edge here, just so I know it's going to stay down. Yep. There we go. Now, so it's just got a little bit along this edge there, because that's going to be held down with embroidery. This, on the other hand, yep, I'll glue this down. There we go. And maybe even just a few little bits on there. I'd like to actually put some I might even be able to put something underneath there, a bit of felt, so I might not glue that down to put underneath there to give those a little bit of colour. So I'll do the same here, just on these bits. Did I do it that way? I think I did. So that's going to have to go like that. Okay. Just a little bit. Hopefully I'm in camera. It'll go down there. These once again will stay open. Now that little guy's going to go there, and I'm going to put a tiny dot in the middle just to hold him down. See? Just there. He's cute. Now I've got this. I really wanted that to go here, so it sort of sits there, covers some of that, and goes over. Probably still see a little bit of that green coming through, because this is where those leaves are going to go. And I think with this I may just glue this on, because the stitching and everything is going to hold it down. So just tiny little bits here and there. Should really have some paper or something underneath this. And this is just Fabrifix. And not too big. Okay. Here we go. Enough to cover in here, still see a bit of that green. Enough to hold it down. Now these bits here, we're going to go underneath. Underneath here. Just going to sit there like that, and then this definitely need, I'm just going to glue that down, and then it'll be sewed over with probably some buttons and whatnot, and a bit of stitching a bit later on. Okay. Because it's quite stringy. I just wanted to hide that bit of a jagged edge. Like that. I like it. Oh, hopefully I'm in camera. This is how you can use your little bits, and I really love this fibre. I've used this a fair bit. Looks really nice against the wool on there. Push that up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Glue those down on there. I'll even do the same with this. Just a tiny bit. That's glued down. Bit in the middle. Now, I did have some of this in here. Whether it's going to be there or not, I don't know. We'll see how we go. Might even put some of that up there as well. What do you think of that? I don't even get to see any of that. Now what the heck? I'll just give it a quick glue. sewn down with buttons and whatnot. Okay, so there we go. There's our basic structure underneath, and then see, this is more of the fabric stuff that is the stitching, and then I'll do stitching in here. What I might do, I'd like to get this little guy down. How much glue have I got in there? I'll put a little more, because it's only going to be stitched on the outside, so I want the middle to hold. Okay. Okay. Starting to look a bit like something now, isn't it? Okay, so we'll get the string, which is actually quite a long piece. And glue in and glue that down. Okay, remove all the bits from my fingers, the glue. The other end. 15:10, I'm going to move stuff from my fingers and thread the needle. Okay, back again. Just had to sort out a few things. Where are we? This is the felt, and I just drew little things on there with just a pen, and cut out the little leaves, and I did it in the lighter colour and the darker colour. So I just put the bits with the ink on there on that side. So I'm just going to quickly sew this down, because it needs to be sewed down first. And I'm wondering if I should do a blanket stitch. I probably should. Yep. So you come up in the middle like that, and you go down. How does a blanket stitch start? Actually, I don't think it starts that way. It starts from the top and works its way around. I was just going to do a zigzag, like a straight stitch, but I thought a blanket stitch would probably maybe look a little better. So with a blanket stitch, you come up at the end there. Okay, then you go across. Across. Maybe I should just do a straight stitch. Yeah, I think so. Blanket stitch is going to be just too hard. Okay, we'll just do a straight stitch. Okay, because it's just too thick. If it wasn't so thick, I would just do a straight. Okay, we're just going to do a little straight stitch and hold that down. Quite thick in places. Might have to go through one stitch at a time. Okay. There we go. And that's just a double thread of embroidery floss. After the last video, don't just use embroidery floss. That other stuff does not work as well. Okay, behind his ears, in between his ears. Okay. Really love that. This little, just a cute little piece of fabric that I got from my local quilt shop, which I'm going to be using in one of the journals that I'm going to use on the retreat, the woodland one. Okay, now I hate it when it decides to come out. It's such a long piece of thread, which I will probably use everywhere else. It's probably a bit too long for this. See, that's what happens. It starts, when it's too long, it starts knotting. Too close to the edge. Now what we're going to do next, I've just gone inside and bought the little laptop, and I'm going to re-show you that. It's awfully close. I'm going to re-show you the little thing on Pinterest that makes these, and then I've got my little book and I'll show you a stem stitch. So this is just a straight stitch up and down, just to hold it down in place, so it ain't going to go anywhere. As you can see, just a little straight stitch, and you just knot that off in the back. Okay, now we have got to figure out which colour thread in the greens we are using. Whether I go with this or something a little darker, which I think may be the go. There's my little thread. Doesn't that look pretty? The way it's all done like that. Now these are the two colours that I've got. I need something to stand out. Just got to put my computer on and show you what I mean in colour. Okay, this is what I'm wanting to do. I think I showed you the other day. Hopefully it's not glaring too much. Just look. That's the felt bits, and so we need that sort of stem stitch. So I'll have that up there, but I've got to figure out colour. Something a little darker that'll sit nicely on both. I think that one. Okay. Now go to my little book. It shows you how to do stem stitch, so I'll have that. Now what we need to do, put that over there somewhere. Let's have a sip of coffee again. Is figure out how we want our thing to go. Now I wouldn't mind having, this is sort of like a marker, and this is where the stem stitch is going to go. So there, so some of the leaves will go there. Then I wouldn't mind a bigger one coming up and across here, and maybe even one going that way too. There we go. Wouldn't mind some leaves over here. So thing that we need to do first is do the stem stitch now, and then off those we're going to put the leaves. Darker one there, might do a darker one. Dark one there. Dark one probably going towards this side because that's sort of more the shadowy. Gives you a bit of an idea of what I'm wanting to do. I'll go there, this way. Okay. I'm just wondering, needing another one here. Or just do this. I think that's probably going to be the go. Come on, mix it. Go there. Maybe another dark one there. Something like that. And I've got more as well anyway. Oh, this darker one can go there. Once it's stitched down, and then I've got a few berries in between. I think that's rather cute. I might even put one more up there. So there we go. So I'll just start with the stem stitch. So I've got it along there. So that's going to hold that down. It's going to hold this down. Here and here. There we go. Bit of an idea. Now, I want the stem stitch to be thicker because it is a stem, so I'm going to use 3 strands for that one. And now I've got a bigger one with a bigger hole. I think I might use that one. Don't you go down. Okay, quite a long piece. Now they have 6 on these, so I'll just put it in half. Hear that air conditioning going in the house. There's a bit of a clunker. The air conditioner's still cool enough in here. I had it on earlier and then I've just turned it off. Here we go. See how we're going for time. Oh my goodness. 23. Oh, I'll get it started and I'll show you what you need to do, and then you can do that, and then the next one I'll show you how to do, put the leaves on and maybe do some embroidery in there. So okay, a stem stitch is sort of a bit like a bit of a back stitch. I might start here. Start here. Okay, so even though that's where the top is, you sort of, where are we? Oh no, here we go. You go for the top. Okay, and you pull that and you go in just above where you've come out, like just above that. So not through the same hole, but just above it. Oop. See, long pieces. Make knots. There we go. out of the way. Now, there we go. Okay, then you are back where you started. So you go over where you want to go, and then you come back up just below that point. And so you're up here, go on the line, and you come in like that. Oh, it's quite thick, it's got a few layers, so you've got to be patient. And it's 3 strands too, so it is a little thicker, and it's probably a bit long, but the more in you go, the better it's going to be. Okay. Okay. Back. Sort of, there you go, from there, and you come up through that. Ugh. And see how it comes out there, and then if you can't see what I'm doing here, you just Google stem stitch and it'll give you good instructions. So here I'm at that little fork where that other one joins, and I'm going to go back up there. So what I do is just go back down and put it in that same hole and go up where I want to go up. Okay. And then here's a good way to see it. Okay, I've come up there, you go like this, and you go just before it, pull, so you end up there. So you always pull it this way, then you come out here and you go up into the hole. The very first one you don't put it into the hole because you'll be pulling it out, but then every one from then on in, you go into the hole. Hopefully this is making sense. And see how it's a little bit thicker. Once you get the momentum going, it's actually quite fast. It's actually faster than a running stitch, and it's quite probably one of my favourite stitches, actually, quite fast. There we go. And then, like in the picture, I'll just show you again. Okay, go back, sorry guys. You will see how it's got little bead, like oh, go back. No, hang on a minute. Oh, it's just turned off on me. Get rid of that. It's got little knots. So I'll do some French knots and I'll show you how to do them. You can either do them with strand, or if you've got silk ribbon, like here, it's got little silk ribbon French knots, which makes them quite nice. So whatever you want to use, some either silk ribbon or thin ribbon like this stuff. A lot harder to work with, but if it's silk, it's a lot easier. But I'll show you that in the next one anyway. And then on the next one, I'll this is just a basic straight stitch, but I was actually thinking maybe a fly stitch. Where are we? This is the best book, I tell you. Best book. This is made for making roses. Seed stitch, which is a really good stitch for slow stitching. Where are we? Feather stitch, something a bit like that, which will hold the leaf down rather than just being straight. Just a little, you know, zigzaggy stitch, or there is another one that's called oh no, not that one. There's the colonial knot. It's a bit different to a, it makes it a little bit thicker. Where are we? I did dog ear it. I'm pretty sure that I did. There we go. I didn't. It's called what? A Cretan stitch, which they said it's good for doing leaf shapes. If you do it with the wool, you probably don't even need the leaf shape. You just do these, but I actually like having a bit of the felt, so I may end up doing the fly stitch. So I'll dog ear that too, but I'll have a bit of a play and then I'll figure it out. So there we go. So what do we do on this one? We just placed our things, glued some stuff down. I am thinking of putting something behind that. I was actually thinking maybe this colour, because it matches really nicely with that, or even just doing a French knot with in the middle of it with some of this colour thread with some silk ribbon, which will make it thicker. Let's see how we go. Okay, so I'll go and continue doing that, and on the next episode I'll do this one. So there you go. Hopefully you are enjoying your steps, and it's going to get more and more elaborate as we go along. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye guys.